What is SRT? Spiritual response therapy, or SRT for short, is a powerful therapeutic modality that is designed to help heal a person deeply. On a mind and heart level, of course, but also on a body level. Many chronic inflammatory illnesses, such as food intolerances and sinus allergies, can be treated with this therapy. A knowledgeable SRT healer can enable life-changing results within you. Just look at Vishen Lakhiani's CEO of Mind Valley video's testimonial below. And these transformations can be experienced in a relatively short amount of time when compared to other therapeutic modalities such as psychotherapy and hypnotherapy. Why can SRT be more effective? Because SRT helps you feel clearer, but not just by healing blocks or programming in your subconscious mind, as psychotherapy and hypnotherapy do. It does that, of course, but it can reach deeper, way deeper. An SRT healer can help you remove those blocks that feel like entrenched food particles on a dirty pot. You know, the recurrent self-deprecating thoughts, the deep emotional wounds that don't seem to heal, the food intolerance that gets worse when you're stressed. Basically, all the stuff that you've been trying to heal for years with your therapist without experiencing the shift, the emotional freedom that you're yearning to feel. Healing blocks in your subconscious mind is a good starting point, but to really free yourself from these deeply seated issues, you need to explore elsewhere within you. Don't get us wrong, many blocks do lie in your subconscious mind, but the stickiest, most angering programming you have that deeply disconnect you from yourself, from receiving love in relationships, and even trigger inflammatory diseases in your body are not actually seated in there. They're lodged in a deeper memory archive within you. An etheric storage space that, yes, is within your energy field, but not in your actual brain, called your Akashic Records. Clearing deeply rooted beliefs that tend to be stuck in this archive is what SRT is designed to do. And it could do it rather effectively, hence the quick shifts that people experience at Amabella Spiritual. A knowledgeable SRT healer can pluck out faulty programming, negative beliefs, emotional wounding, and even chronic inflammatory diseases from the root. So they won't grow back again, like weeding a garden. But wait, the Akashic what? It seems so woo-woo. Does it really affect my modern day life? Very good question. Let us explain. What are your Akashic Records? And how does it affect your real life? Your Akashic Records are your soul's personal library. It's in your energy field and it can be accessed through your 8th chakra, but it's etheric. It doesn't have a physical location, sort of like Google Drive that lives up in the cloud. However, it does have real-world implications because the information stored in there affects how you think, how you feel, and even how your body reacts to food today. Your Akashic Records contain your entire programming. It holds all the coding, the memories, and the wiring that makes you you today. The good parts and the dark parts too. Contrary to traditional psychological theory, we believe your programming doesn't only come from your early childhood experiences. You know, the memories of being bullied at school, or the limiting beliefs about money that you absorbed from your parents. Your childhood, for sure, helps form part of your programming, but only a small part of it. A big chunk of it was already encoded within you before you were even born. The way we see it, the memories and the wiring that makes you you today has been accumulating throughout your soul's entire experience on Earth. This journey includes your present lifetime, of course, but also all of your past lives. All of your soul's programming, the entire recorded experiences of all of your incarnations is stored in your Akashic Records. It's all kept up in your iCloud storage, and your mind is constantly accessing the programming in there to make decisions in real time. which is influencing how you interact with the world around you today. Let us display two simple examples. If you've ever had a phobia, you've experienced this in action already. We've had clients that were terrified of closed spaces and had no idea why. They couldn't pinpoint a childhood experience that had been that traumatizing. And they were right. The original memory almost always stemmed from a past life, an experience where they were physically injured, the crime scene was in a closed space, and the emotional memory, the recording that associated being in a closed space with the injury, hence triggering a feeling of panic, was lodged in their Akashic Records. And that programming was playing on repeat every time they walked into an elevator. The lingering feeling that whoever pays me has the right to own me is another issue that many of our clients experience at work. It shapes their relationship with their bosses, their clients, or whoever is paying them. It's a deeply incarcerating money block. And we've seen the original belief stems from a past life, from multiple lifetimes of experienced slavery, actually, which is precisely why this dynamic around money is so deeply ingrained in them, and it's playing out in their work life today. In both cases, only by plucking out the original block, which was stored in their Akashic Records, could these people opt out of this pattern. This wiring that was unconsciously keeping them in 1, a traumatic emotional pattern in the case of the phobia, and 2, a binding mental loophole in the case of the money block. And as a result, feel real emotional freedom relatively quickly when compared with other forms of therapy. Clearing deeply seated blocks is sort of like fighting White Walkers in Game of Thrones. To really get rid of the whole bunch, in this case the entire block, you need to tackle the Night King, the original record. And this plucking of the original record can be done safely and effectively with spiritual response therapy. How does SRT work? Spiritual response therapy is ultimately a very well-designed methodology that allows a healer to 1. Access a client's Akashic Records in a quick and safe manner. 2. Channel a clearing vibration that we call the higher self to heal that faulty programming and that specific memory drive in an effective and painless way. An SRT healer will use a metal pendulum and a set of grabs as tools for the clearing process. SRT is one of the few therapeutic modalities that has equal effectiveness whether it's done through Zoom or in person. Your Akashic Records, in practical terms, behaves very similarly to your iCloud account. It's in your energy field, and it contains a lot of data, but it's etheric. It lives up in the cloud, which means it can be accessed remotely, and the clearings can be done remotely too. At Amable Spiritual, you can enjoy this powerful therapy from the comfort of your own home. What can be healed with SRT? At Amable Spiritual, we've only begun to tap into the surface of what is possible by clearing deeply rooted blocks in your Akashic Records. However, we have found that SRT is particularly effective helping heal the following issues. A, on a body level. It can help heal chronic inflammatory diseases such as food intolerances, gluten, dairy, eggs, pollen and dust allergies, eczema and dermatitis, sciatica pains, phobias, myopia, hypermyopia, and astigmatism. B, on a heart level, SRT is really effective in healing and clearing the emotional pain from heartbreak after a divorce or a breakup, toxic dynamics with romantic partners, conflicts with romantic partners, toxic dynamics with family members, conflicts with family members, deeply rooted resentment after getting hurt in any relationship, opening up the heart again to find a new romantic partner. C, on a mind level, we've seen that SRT is particularly effective solving these two issues. 1, helping clear creative blocks. 2, finding clarity in one life's purpose.